Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. So, you dads out there, you guys should stand up for yourself. I've seen this before, but a recent consultation had me dealing with a dad. I was asking him, he's going into court and he's like, he got rid of his attorney. He's like, my attorney asked for this on this paperwork. And he said this, that, and that. Because I was asking him, what are you asking for? And he's like, I'm not sure. Let me read the paperwork. I'm like, it's your case. You don't know what you're hearing coming up. You don't know what you're asking for? It's your case. It's not your attorney's case. It's your case. Well, let me just go look. And then he's looking at it. I said, well, let's scratch all that. What do you want with your kid? Well, me and my kid get this and that. I said, no, I didn't ask you, what do you get? I said, what do you want? What do you wish? If you could just wipe it. Well, this has been the arrangement. And this is what we said in the paper. I said, dude, listen to what I'm saying. What do you want in your case? What would you want for time with your kid? And then he said this. He goes, well, I have joint legal custody, which it means decision making. I'm like, dude, we're not talking about decision making. We're talking about time with your kid. How much time do you want to spend with your kid? And he's like, well, I'm asking for this increased time. I said, I'm not talking about what, if I was a genie and you said, I wish I could have this much time with your kid. And then he's going, well, the psychologist said this and my attorney said this. And then he's bowing down. He has a slave mentality, like looking at, is it okay to answer, master? Stand up for yourself. Like some guys won't even stand up for themselves enough to answer me off the record. What do you wish you could have? And so I had to break it down to him. Like, I don't know what his problem was. And I don't know what a lot of these guys' problems are, where you have to ask them again and again, no, what do you want? What do you wish you could have? And then he said, well, I'm asking for another day and, a couple more weekends or the full weekend. And I said, for the rest of the way, all you want is a week. You just want to be a weekend visiting dad. He goes, well, this and that. It's like, first of all, a lot of you guys also need to learn how to listen. Some of you, like, you got your mind made up how you're going to answer something, how you're going to say something. You don't listen. If you go into court and you don't listen to what the judge says and answer their specific questions, you're going to piss off the judge. You're going to sabotage your case. So first of all, listen. Second of all, if somebody asks you a question, answer what you really want. Like, how hard is that? I had to tell him, like, I literally had to talk to this guy for 10 minutes to get the answer out. I said, if I asked you what's your favorite dessert, and you said, well, my mom likes cheesecake and my sister likes carrot cake and my kids like chocolate chip cookies. I asked you, what do you want? Like guys are so brainwashed to not think of themselves that they don't, when they're asked to think for themselves, they won't even think for themselves. And you guys get mad at me because I'm sitting here saying grow some balls and fight. And this is the answer. Stand up for yourself. Answer a question. If somebody says, what do you really want? Tell them. What do you think? Lightning's going to strike you from the sky if you answer honestly? And then after pulling teeth, I said, if the mother offered you 50-50, he goes, well, it doesn't work because we live so far away right now. Okay, well, then go for full custody. But what about during the summer? I tried to simplify it for him. What about 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off? Would you ever do that? Well, we have an arrangement right now. And I said, dude, I'm asking you. This is the stuff I have to be. I'm like beating my head against the wall all day. I can't even get a guy to answer a question like, what do you want? And if it's not that, I'm asking a guy, well, what are you guys fighting for on your case? I don't know. Well, what does your paperwork say? Have you read the paperwork? No, I just let my attorney do it. Like, this is your case and your life. How come you don't care enough about your life with your kid to actually read stuff? If you got a membership to a gym or you're renting, you got a lease or something, you'll read the terms of that to make sure to find out what you can and can't do. Or if there's a debate, you'll go back to the paperwork. You guys are lucky I'm still around after doing this 20 years. There's no other father's rights guys that are around. Watch what the Ulysses Butch Slaughter guy I was talking about. Watch. He ain't gonna be around for more than a couple years. Like, he's already doing a whole bunch of nothing and just talking and been yakking for a year since he went viral. And he's saying we need to change legislation, all this other stuff. That's not gonna work. That's already a red flag to me, whether you're really a parents' rights, father's rights, men's rights activist or whatever. And like I said in the video, he said, well, he's got some stuff in the works that I don't even know about. I don't need to know about what you're doing behind closed doors. You're not doing anything publicly. And what you're doing behind closed doors, why does it have to be behind closed doors? Like you're working on some legislation or a project, or you're going to dox the judge or whatever. Like, I'll believe it when I see it. I've had a bunch of people lie. If you get conned for 2 decades by a business partner, and then somebody says, let's go into business, do this, and it sounds exactly the same, you would be leery too. Like, some of you guys can't step outside yourself and look at what I'm looking at after doing this 20 years. And you come up to me and you say, no, really this time, I've had guys in Fathers' Rights Movement groups say, no, really this time, I could really feel the momentum. Like, you just started doing this. So this is your first time feeling any momentum of anything. And it feels good to go to a Fathers' Rights Movement meeting because you got screwed in your divorce so bad and you have PTSD from it. And then now all of a sudden you feel good. So you feel some momentum in your feminine little feelings. In any case, man, stand up for yourself. Look, at least start by saying what you want, and actually go think. If the other side, if I could, rub a lamp and have a genie give me whatever I wish, with this custody 50-50, start from that point. Grow some balls, okay?